I went from 0 to 20 million views in under 4 months, but here's the part nobody believes when I tell them. The videos that blew up were not even good. Not by my standards anyway. So if it wasn't skill, what was it? Stick around because the answer is way dumber than you think, and it's probably something anyone can copy starting today. This is for anyone who's ever made a video, watched it flop, and then thought, what am I even doing wrong? Because that was me for years. I started out making tech and programming videos. I actually knew what I was talking about too. That part wasn't the problem. I thought if I explained things clearly enough and made the editing look clean, that people would just show up. But that's not really how it works, and I had to learn that the hard way more than once before I finally figured it out. What's crazy is the answer was sitting right in front of me the entire time, I just wasn't looking at it the right way. So here's what actually happened. On that tech channel, I posted video after video and almost nothing landed. I'd spend hours writing a script, hours recording, hours editing, and then post it and just watch the view count sit there. One single short somehow took off out of nowhere, just one. I remember refreshing that video over and over trying to figure out what made it different, and I genuinely could not tell you. Everything else I posted, silence, no views, no growth, nothing. I didn't know why that one worked and the rest did not. And that's honestly the most frustrating place to be. Because you have no idea what to fix, you can't improve on something when you don't even know what went right in the first place. So I gave up on that and tried something completely different. Last year, I created a Fortnite channel instead. A new niche, a new start, figured maybe the problem was really just the topic. Same story though, slow growth, a few hundred views here and there, nothing that felt like it was going anywhere. I kept posting, kept waiting for that one video to break out, and it just never did. 2 channels, 2 completely different niches, and somehow the exact same result. At that point, you really start wondering if the problem is just you, like you're just not cut out for this. Maybe some people are just meant to get lucky and you're not one of them. I was close to just treating YouTube as a hobby I never actually make anything from. But then in February, everything changed. Not because I suddenly got better at editing or talking on camera, my actual video quality barely changed at all. It's because I found out about something called outliers. An outlier is a video that gets way more views than that channel normally gets, like more than it has any right to based on that channel's usual numbers. At first, I honestly thought that was kind of an obvious idea, like some videos do better than others, but once you actually start looking for these on purpose, you realize something wild. The winning formats are already out there, right now sitting in plain sight. Someone, somewhere already spent the time figuring out what works. They already ran the experiment for you. You just have to find it before everyone else does. So that's exactly what I did. I started digging through outliers, not just in Fortnite content, but in completely unrelated niches too, and found a winning format sitting in a niche that had nothing to do with gaming. Nobody was pulling that structure into Fortnite content yet, and something about it just clicked. I took that exact structure, the pacing, the way it opened, the way it built tension, and applied it to my channel. I used a tool called ViewMaxer to actually track this stuff down. It's basically built for finding these outlier videos. You can swipe through the ones that are massively outperforming their channel, kind of like a feed, and you start noticing the same patterns pop up again across totally different channels. That part is what really opened my eyes. It wasn't random. The videos that worked kept sharing the same DNA underneath, even when they looked nothing alike on the surface. Once I found a pattern that worked, I didn't stop at one video. That's actually the part most people mess up. They find one thing that works and then immediately go trying something new because they want to feel creative again. And I did the exact opposite. I repeated it again and again, the same structure, the same hook style, different specific content each time, and each time the numbers kept climbing. Not a straight line either. Some videos still flopped in between, but the overall trend just kept going. I remember the first time one of the repeated videos hit 10 times what my old average was, and I actually thought it was a glitch. I kept checking the analytics over and over because I couldn't even believe it. 3 to 4 months later, I had 46,000 subscribers and over 20 million views combined between shorts and long form, from a channel that was barely moving just months before, and I finally got monetized after years of failing on other channels first. Years, not weeks. Not a couple of failed attempts, years of posting into silence before this actually worked. The lesson here isn't make better videos, that's what I used to think, and it kept me stuck for so long. It's that the format matters more than almost anything else. Find what actually is proven to work, even if it's sitting in a completely different niche than yours, and don't be afraid to repeat what's working instead of chasing something new every single time just because it feels more creative. Creativity comes in later, in how you execute the format, not in reinventing the format itself every video. If you actually want to see this for yourself, go find the outlier videos in your own niche before you film your next video. Don't guess, don't just make what you feel like making that day. Look at what's already massively outperforming, figure out why, and then build your own version of it. That one step changes everything, and if you don't want to sit there manually digging through channels trying to spot this stuff yourself, that's literally what I use Viewmaxer for. It lets you enter in a keyword and find outlier videos that match that result. That way you don't have to guess what's actually working in your niche, and you can simply browse and see what's working and take inspiration and make it your own.